And this room was filled with people. Some were cheering, some chanting and holding signs of those they support. A vending machine has been knocked to its side. It is snow covered. You do need to be careful driving through this. Just tree debris. You can see it all behind me. Driving. It's something we do every day, but for parents, it's a little different when your kids first get behind the wheel, holding documents that Fox's attorney gave KWWL. What if it felt a little bit more like home inside your car? There's one right here, and there's another one back here. You can see where the grass is burnt. So now that you have won this special election, what are your first priorities? Owners say it's hard to see less and less items on the shelves, but what's even more difficult is this is the only grocery store in Jessup. We ran this way towards the main area of the store. They were here for just a minute, and it was all caught on camera. We've got a new baby shark in Dubuque. Check this out. It hatched at the National River Museum and Aquarium. So I asked some questions of my own. I stopped by 13 businesses on Bremer Avenue. We're able just to water ski, get to know each other, and of course take in this beautiful sun. Something that small town Iowans know. This is not a part of their daily routine. But shared videos showing gridlock, congestion, and accidents in Waverly are proof that small-town Iowa may have big city headaches.
Diet came through, and now a lot of residents call this Los Angeles, Iowa.
Matt Schneider was so frustrated.
We get these bridge backups constantly.
He created the Facebook page Keep Waverly Moving against the Waverly Road Diet that took Bremer Avenue down from 4 lanes to 3.
Number one reason we went from a 4-lane to 3-lane in Waverly was for safety.
The State Department of Transportation wanted this in Waverly.
What we saw were the types of crashes happening at about 2 times the state average that a 3-lane could address. Crashes like rear enders, side swipes.
The DOT says 20 to 30 other Iowa towns have road diets, but in Waverly, some say the diet is too strict.
Dan, it's what I think is a road tragedy because of the traffic.
Right, I had a doctor's appointment that day, and I missed it. The lights here took me 15 minutes to get through.
Even volunteer firefighters sharing pictures of being stalled in Bremer Avenue traffic.
We can't have volunteer firefighters stuck in traffic. All of our emergency services are along Bremer Avenue.
Let the people speak.
Some have taken their irritation to City Hall.
But put it back.
Here, city members say they are listening and aware.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, no one's going to tell you that the traffic is not bad during the construction.
But City Council won't budge, citing safety concerns in the past.
My employees would not park on parking spots on Bremer Avenue just because of the danger of getting in and out of their car.
And Iowa DOT numbers showing crashes are down.
From 2008 to 2016, this stretch of highway was seeing 41 crashes a year on average. In the 6 months from October 29th to April 30th, there were 14 crashes here. But when you double that, 14 goes to 28, and that's 13 less, or 13 fewer crashes than what they'd been seeing on average.
Those are correct, but to get that number, they're going back all the way to 2008, which is totally absurd. The traffic patterns in 2008 are extremely different than what they are today.
The City Council says right now another problem is another bridge, Adams Parkway, is closed for construction.
So we only have one way to get across the Cedar River now, and that's the Bremer Avenue Bridge. So that's carrying all the traffic for the city.
18 days it'll be done. Once the construction on Bremer, on Adams Parkway is done, I'm confident that the traffic will resolve itself.
Waverly store The Clothesline doesn't agree.
The city says, well, everything will get to be better when the bridge gets done. Well, it was bad before the bridge was closed.
All of this prompting a response from the mayor.
Altogether, I visited 17, 18 businesses. Some were adamant. One was adamant that it go back to 4-lane. One was adamant that it remain 3-lane. A couple of them, most of them really didn't care.
So I asked some questions of my own. I stopped by 13 businesses on Bremer Avenue. Now, 3 said they were in favor of the 3 lanes, 7 businesses said they preferred 4 lanes, and 3 were indifferent.
Because we hear constantly that people are going to try to stay away from Main Street.
We can truthfully say that it has not affected our business one way or the other, having 3 or the 4 lanes.
When I drove on Bremer Avenue, sometimes it would take me 2 to 3 minutes. Other times, like during rush hour, it would take 5 to 10 minutes. The mayor's final request:
somehow we need to figure out a way to combat the negativity, and I don't know if there is any way. Hopefully it will just die.
Hoping this doesn't change Waverly's image.
And I sure would hate to think a road is going to make a difference to people's lives.
Still shop local. Still remember, this is home. On a winter day, this is the last thing local business iTech expected. Suspects broke in and stole thousands of dollars worth of merchandise.
It stinks. You're taking something that doesn't belong to you from somebody else. It hurts.
The suspects broke through the front door and then they ran this way towards the main area of the store. They were here for just a minute and it was all caught on camera.
In that minute, they managed to get all of our demos off our display table by ripping them out and then getting most of our iPads and new laptops. Envision a laptop right here. They grabbed it and then they just yanked it.
Where laptops and iPads once sat, it's now bare. Employees saying, not again.
No, we went through this in May. We took a few security steps to improve to prevent this from happening again.
iTech sharing this video with the public, asking people to pay attention to the suspects, dressed almost identically, stealing and damaging equipment.
Yeah, they didn't have to rip it out or slam it. It was pretty disturbing, like why?
What we can do.
Any information available, please let the police know. Let them do their jobs, let them figure out what and why and who is it, and let's get them.
Catching thieves in the act. A peaceful Wednesday night with lights floating in the sky, music filling the air. The next day, an action-packed 7th grade football team. No matter the moment, the day, the event, you can't miss Carson McGrain's presence in the Wapsie Valley community.
As long as I know that we're playing for Carson, feels good.
The young wrestler and football player was killed in a lawnmower accident more than 10 days ago. But this week, hundreds came out to his celebration of life, singing his favorite song, laughing at old videos, and sharing memories.
He was good to his friends.
Even well-known athlete and wrestling coach Dan Gable honored Carson.
Live like Carson, but you gotta think and live like him too.
But even after the celebration of life ended, and lanterns lit disappeared into the night sky, honoring Carson didn't stop. Competing football teams showed their support for the 7th grader.
Sumner and Wapsie is a big rivalry, but when something like that happens, it feels like the whole area and the whole state comes together, just wants to show their support.
And Carson's teammates now play with a CM on their helmets, Carson McGrain. You also hear them chant this.
Live like Carson! We want to do everything just how Carson did. No one's perfect, but he's as close as you can get to perfect.
A 7th grader who has forever changed his community.